Welcome to the backyard farm. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Tate with Backyard Farming Supply. We're out here hand delivering a garden to my mom for her birthday. You can do this for your mom. You can do this for your grandma. So I wanted to be able to share that with her and give her the blessing of food to table right at her house. What's happening, guys? We're setting up all the raised beds. We brought all the veggie plants. We brought all the fruit trees. We brought all the tomato plants, all the soil, all the trellis support, and all the irrigation components. We're gonna bang it out in one day for my mom for her birthday. So let's get this truck open and see what we got. Come here.
Thank you.
For all those years, all those teenage years, I'm bringing you a garden.
This will just begin to pay me.
We are installing a tomato alley as well as a pepper and fruit tree bed. These two beds were able to be installed in less than 3 hours at this point. We're gonna get it done today. The next step is filling it up with soil, putting in plants, and at that point, we're gonna add irrigation on a different day. To avoid spending extra money and using hundreds of dollars of extra soil, we're taking this really nice fungal dominant wood from around the property, from trees that have been taken down in years past, cleaning up the property, using them as bed filler. So that right there is probably $500 worth of soil that we just saved here with this really nice super built earthworm casting and amendment soil. Now we don't have to use as much. Also, it gives a little bit of aeration. It also helps to retain water for those long days that are hot and you need a little bit extra water. And we are cleaning up the property. The next step is we are going to take this really nice, fully built Empire soil, and we are going to put it in the beds, just like we did over here. So you can check out, this one's already been done. Make sure to fill your beds a little bit more full than you think, because especially in the beginning, you are going to have a lot of shrinkage because of the soil just compacting, fluffing, also moisture compaction, so a lot of different things. One of the other things that we want to do while we're doing this is make sure that we use some of the more wet bags of soil at the bottom, so that it retains all that hydration. Also, that way, you don't have to hydrate your soil as deeply.
I think it's going to be beautiful. Not today, but within a short while, when everything gets planted.
It has its beauty for today, though, right?
Yeah, it's very nicely done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Here we are out here. We just got the backyard farm installed. This is our fruit tree and herb bed. Fruit trees up high, herb bed down below. What do you think?
I think that'll be neat, but I'm waiting for the tomatoes.
Oh, the tomatoes.
I love tomatoes.
So here's the tomatoes. Should we plant our first tomato?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. So do you know the story of the mortgage lifter tomato?
No, tell me.
So the mortgage lifter tomato is when the major recession happened in the 1930s, farmers that weren't making money on corn and soy and all sorts of other things were actually growing tomatoes, because tomatoes were the newest, most amazing cash crop. So this variety has been tried and true for a really long time. A couple of the other ones that I'm really excited about, that is my favorite tomato, I think.
Beefsteak.
The Chef's Choice orange is absolutely delicious. They get this big. They taste like oranges and pineapples and mangoes.
Ooh, it says it's a beefsteak. I like that.
And it is a massive beefsteak style variety. We also have Mr. Stripey, which Mr. Stripey is a gigantic rainbow variety that is basically also very similar to the big rainbow. So anytime you see these little flower clusters pop up, like this one right here, right now we want to pull it off, because we want to focus the energy on growing for at least growing roots and foliage at least for the next like 2 weeks. So what do you think? Should we have this be the first tomato we plant?
Yes.
Okie dokie.
Right there.
So all we do is we just come in here and kind of pinch the soil out like that. We grab this girl.
Upside down?
Upside down.
Do you, okay, you do that. Okay.
I like to break up the root.
I always do that.
Yep. The roots like to branch off and go down different highways and stuff like that.
Oh, you're planting it awfully deep.
Yeah, well, so what's really cool is these hairs right here and the bumps that are on the stem basically are an indicator that those will launch roots out.
Oh.
So it's another good way to re-root your plant when you get it into a new environment. You can just walk out, and I bet that the rest of everybody here will really like coming out and snacking on these tomatoes as well.
What do you think I'm gonna let them?
Oh, yeah, that's why we did the tags up and around and zip tie it up here. So that way.
Was Kelly. She knew I'd want to know.
Oh, she knew. And we did it for ours as well. So all of our plants this year all have tags hung around them because I kept losing them in the soil and it was not fun. We're gonna come in, we're gonna install an irrigation system for you because the key with tomatoes is this: really low volume of watering. Instead of just drowning them and doing an absolute crap load of water, you want to fill up the little dish and let it seep down in there, and that's about it.
But not really fill it.
It's better to do that one time a day versus coming out and drowning them one time a week. Because if you drown them and you overwater tomato plants, then you have to wait like potentially a couple days because tomatoes have a lot of issues with root pathogens. So we got, this is an old school German variety. I know you want meaty beefsteak
and lots of juice
varieties. So that's what I got for you.
For my birthday.
For your birthday.
For my 40th birthday.
For your 40th birthday. The lemon boy. This one gets massive. There's been some of these that have hit 3 pounds.
Oh my.
And it doesn't look.
A whole meal. I love a tomato that is a whole meal.
Common myth with tomatoes, but really what it is tomatoes are a 52-week crop in indoor commercial horticulture. A lot of tomatoes that you get from the store or on any type of produce or sandwich that you get while you're out and about have a ton of pesticides. Like dozens. That's the other reason I wanted to bring this to you, because A, it's better for you, B, it tastes way better. So these will be bursting with flavor and also energy and nutrients and a lot of other things.
Good.
We are in the fruit tree bed. How many types of fruit are we gonna have out here?
I don't know. Some of these trees are producing 4 different kinds of fruit on one tree.
Look how healthy this combo apple is. 4 different types of apple. It showed up to my house completely bare. All that has grown since it got to my house.
Is it grown in height?
No, it just grew all the foliage.
The foliage.
And it looks really, really good, actually. We'll put some supports in over the winter. We just hang like bug netting over it, a covering that can breathe and isn't clear plastic, because clear plastic will just roast them. If we put black plastic over them or a breathable like shade type net, we can keep a little bit of the snow off of them, because it's just that direct contact of the snow and then the wind. So this won't be their most productive year. If you get any fruit out of them, consider it a cherry on top, right? Okay. But next year, they will fruit really well for you.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
All right.
Do you think we should get planting?
Yes.
All right,
Get
cool.
with it.
Let's do it. So, same thing as Tomato Alley. I'm just going in. It's really nice being able to hand dig trees. We're gonna take this fruit cocktail tree, we're gonna lift her up over here. We're gonna bring it over here. We're gonna pull her out. We're gonna empty that burlap sack in there. Get that native soil. We're gonna scratch her back too. Expose those roots, put her down in there. The key is with fruit trees that have a grafted root stock like this, because it's a grafted root stock. So as a successful tree, they came and grafted this onto. So it has its own root stock. You really wanna kind of keep that above soil if you can help it. Have as much soil that ends up on top of that. I'm gonna make the water dish a lot bigger on this one. What do you think?
I can hardly wait to see what it does.
And it's planted this way, so that as that morning sun comes, it kind of stretches towards that
And
direction.
this is the tallest tree that we had.
All of these you can count on getting way bigger than this bed and area will allow it, to be honest, because I mean, this apple tree can get 20 feet tall on its own
my
if
goodness.
we want to. What we're gonna do is we're not gonna trim the bottom at all, and we're gonna only trim the top. So that way we tame them down. We got the 4-way combo plum. Look at these nice fresh roots. We're gonna go ahead and stick this girl in the ground. First thing we wanna do is we wanna get these roots out in there. And so one thing is, a lot of times your natural intuition is to kind of spiral it around, but actually you don't really wanna spiral it. You want to let it grow straight out if you can. And if you plant it in a spiral, they'll actually grow and they'll kind of suffocate themselves. 2 to go. This next one is the combo apple. Have you ever had a combo apple?
No,
So
I never heard of such a thing.
I'm pretty sure that this is the Almata, the Macintosh, the Big Red. So I'll get you the list on the 4 different types this is. Look how good that thing looks.
Looks very healthy.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna orientate this thing. We'll go like that. We're gonna make it a little bit different. We're gonna put that thing down in there like that, so that way it grows lengthwise with the bed and it doesn't instantly overshadow that other tree. This next one is Plum Surprise. It's 4 types of plum. The pears and plums and apples, you eat them.
I've never been real fond of plums, but I bet these will be good.
First off, blueberries are always a really easy, fun test for everybody, because everybody can get blueberries and they're pretty easy to get and pretty easy to grow. Corn is really good, but until I had a corn straight off of the husk, I didn't actually know what corn was. These new refreshing experiences and these new varieties are gonna bring some new meals into your house.
And a lot of people are going to backyard gardening,
Yeah,
and they're gonna find out that their food is more delicious, but more nutritious.
yeah. How important is it for people to know how to grow their own
Very,
food?
very important, particularly if you have children. You need to be feeding those children healthy food
That's what's driven me to continue to grow my backyard farm to what it is. That's for
because
sure.
of those 2 darlings.
Yeah, the kiddos. It's actually also what helped to start the organic fertilizer company back when I was 21 years old, 13 years ago, is thinking about, hey, I found this girl that I really like, and I'm thinking that I want to be able to maybe one day have kids with her, and I should be able to be a fertilizer company that really makes a difference. So we're about done fruit tree planting. What do you think?
I can hardly wait. I keep saying that, but it's true.
We're about to finish up planting, and we're gonna throw in and sprinkle in some peppers here to this fruit tree bed, because why not? It's all about getting fun, getting creative, having a good time, using our brain, getting out in nature, working, and enjoying the food that we're gonna have in the future. We are out here at our newly completed backyard farm. We installed 11 varieties of tomato in Tomato Alley, and we installed 16 types of fruit and 5 peppers into fruit tree bed. We actually showed up today and got all of this done in one day. We showed up, built the beds, filled them, and saved a bunch of money by throwing logs and mulch from the property in there, saved about $1,000. It's way easier and way faster than you think to go from a blank piece of property to having a couple things that can provide a delicious meal and also be a cool place to hang out and get motivated to be outside. If you're curious about more, hit us up, backyardfarmingsupply.com.
Please like and subscribe. Thanks for the Dooley family.